from the quadratic equation. So given ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times ac divided by 2a. So how do we derive where this x equals at? How do we know that that's what that comes from? So we'll start off with ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to subtract c from both sides. So we're left with minus c minus c. That gives us ax squared plus bx equals negative c. Now the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to multiply the equation by the reciprocal of our a. So we're just going to multiply everything by 1 over a. So as we distribute this through to every single part, that's going to give us x squared plus b over a times x equals negative c over a. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to complete the square, because this is currently not a squared function. It's not a perfect square. We want to be able to create the perfect square out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take b, our b coefficient here, and divide it by 2. So we're going to take b over 2, it's being multiplied by a, and we're going to square it. And we're going to add this to both sides of the equation. So we're going to add b divided by 2a squared to both sides. So we're going to have x squared plus b over a times x plus b over 2a squared. That's going to equal b over 2a squared minus c over a. Now the next step is to then rewrite the left side as a perfect square trinomial. So we're going to be left with x plus b over 2a. We'll square that. The right side, we're going to go ahead and actually square this piece here. So we're going to have b squared over 4a squared. And we're going to subtract c over a. Now, what we need to do on the right side here, we're going to come back to the left side. The right side, we need to have a common denominator. So what we're going to do is, in order to get the a to be 4a squared, we need to multiply it by its identity, 4a. Okay? And what this is going to then leave us with is b squared over 4a squared minus 4a times c is 4ac over 4a squared. Okay? Now 4a squared, that can be rewritten as b squared minus 4ac. All of that is divided by 4a squared. And we'll bring this back down. So we have x plus b over 2a being squared. To undo the square, we're going to take the square root of both sides, and we're going to apply the rules of or the properties of our square root. We can actually take the square root of the top and the square root of the bottom separately. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull this piece outside. So this piece is going to stay just like it is, b squared minus 4ac. There's your discriminant. This square root of 4a squared, that is just the square root of 4 times the square root of a squared. That's going to give us a 2, and that's what gives us the a. So our 2a on the bottom of our quadratic. And so this leaves us with x plus b over 2a is equal to plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, next we're going to add, or I'm sorry, not add, but we're going to subtract b over 2a from both sides. So we have negative b over 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And this is now when you finally simplify it completely by saying x equals negative b. Since we have a common denominator, we're just going to write it as negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get the quadratic formula from the quadratic equation.